So in this video, we're going to be talking about Shiba Inu coin, or rather Shiba Inu token, because it is in fact a token and not a coin. Now, surprisingly, a lot of individuals don't know the difference between coins and tokens in the crypto space, which is why a lot of my videos, I try to do my best job in kind of just providing some education on that. So I'm just going to provide just the quickest synopsis on everything you need to know between a coin and a token. So really, the only thing you really have to know is that when it comes to tokens and coins, is that coins, right, run on their own blockchain, right? Versus tokens run on the blockchain of a coin, right? So let's think about this. So Bitcoin has its own blockchain. Ethereum runs on its own blockchain, right? So tokens, they run on a blockchain of a coin. Now, one of the most widely used blockchains that these tokens run on are Ethereum, right? And in fact, Shiba Inu coin runs on Ethereum. Now, let's go ahead and talk a little further more about it. By the way, guys, my name is Justin from Push and Profit, and make sure to hit that like button on this video. I'm going to give you guys 5 seconds to hit that like button. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you hit that like button, I'll show you a little quick video of my cat playing with a ball. So here you go, 5, 4, okay, cool. So something that we have to get out of the way with Shiba Inu token is that it's actually a token that was made to imitate Dogecoin, right? It was made to imitate Dogecoin in the sense of, one, its branding and just the whole aspect of it, right? So if you guys are unfamiliar with Dogecoin, the mascot of it is a Shiba Inu dog, which is why they just literally took the logo of Dogecoin, copied it and pasted it, and made a Shiba Inu token, right? Now, something we also have to get out the way is Dogecoin being a meme, right? Now, what I mean by this is that when Dogecoin was created, it was actually one of the first inflationary coins, right? So what does this mean, right? Well, first we have to talk about inflationary and deflationary. So let's go ahead and start with Bitcoin. The whole idea with Bitcoin is that around 2040, in that year, there's going to be no more Bitcoin that are left to be mined, right? So meaning, just like how there's a finite amount of gold on this planet, there is a finite amount of Bitcoin on this planet. And the way to mine Bitcoin is by having, a lot of supercomputers running together and, trying to mine Bitcoin, where every 10 minutes, a Bitcoin is rewarded to a random computer out there that's looking for Bitcoin, right? And so eventually, the more that Bitcoin is being mined, the more valuable it's going to be, simply because there's going to be less of it and people are hoarding it, right? So when people are hoarding it, eventually with the supply being lower, it's going to rise, obviously, the value, right? So that's the whole concept with Bitcoin. Now, Dogecoin, the concept with that is that it's an inflationary coin, right? Meaning that it literally has an unlimited supply that is being minted, right? So basically, every minute, there's about 10,000 Dogecoin that could be mined per block. And so when I was talking about this before in a past or a few other videos, I said how I don't think Dogecoin is that great of an investment. And I kind of want to change my mind on that, not in the sense that it's not a great investment, but that I could actually see it as one of the first useful cryptocurrencies, right? So let's go ahead and kind of dissect that a little bit and then kind of go back to Shiba Inu coin. So the reason I say this is because Bitcoin, which is a deflationary coin, is something that I said that, again, it increases in value the more that's mined because there's a finite amount. Now, we have to think about it. When something is just constantly increasing in value because there's less of it being, available, what do you want to spend that and use that as a currency? And for me, I wouldn't want to use Bitcoin to purchase a Tesla truck or to purchase anything, right? Because to me, I see it as an asset and not really as a currency, right? Because currencies, they're printed, right? Just like how the US dollar, Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve, they're just printing a bunch of dollars, right? So that's why I never seen, deflationary coins like Bitcoin as currency and more like assets. And which is why I see them as, nice investments to hedge against your stock portfolio, right? Or to just simply diversify from real estate or stocks, to also include cryptocurrency into your investments. Now, when it comes to Dogecoin, I don't see it that way. I don't see it as an asset. I see it more of an actual currency. One of the only cryptocurrencies that I see as an actual currency, meaning because there's an unlimited supply where they're always going to be printed or minted, right? Eventually, the way that it's actually, programmed is that throughout time, it's going to slow down in the way that they're actually the amount that is being minted. So, for example, in like maybe like I think the math was like 150 years, it's going to be the inflationary rate for Dogecoin is going to be significantly lower, meaning that it's going to be more stable, right? So the reason I say this is that, as a currency, it's actually something you want to spend, because it's not how, today it's worth like $1 and then, like next week it's going to be worth $100, right? That's kind of insane to think of something as a currency. Like, why would you want to spend your dollar today if like in a few weeks or a few months is going to be like $100, right? So that was the whole point with cryptocurrencies. I probably went off on a different tangent, but it's very important that we kind of get this out of the way, right? So we have Bitcoin being deflationary and then Dogecoin being inflationary, which is actually a currency that I could actually see being a currency. Now, going back to Shiba Inu, it's made to imitate Dogecoin. So Shiba Inu has the potential of being another cryptocurrency that could actually be used as a currency, because you don't want to, again, use Bitcoin to buy something when in, a few years it's going to be worth more. It doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense. So this is why I see a lot of potential in, Dogecoin and possibly Shiba Inu. Now we got to talk about something. Now Shiba Inu is a coin that's relatively new, right? It came out in 2020 of August, or I said that wrong, August of 2020. Now the main thing that we have to talk about, which is probably why you're on this video, is should you buy Shiba Inu coin? Now, it's really all up to you. Again, you guys don't want to base your investments based off my opinion or really anyone else's opinion. You always want to do your due diligence. Now, something that I'm seeing with a lot of these new tokens that are being printed or minted just coming out of nowhere is that they are having a major run up, which is why a lot of individuals are kind of slowing down on investing in stocks and investing in cryptocurrency, right? And it does make sense in a way, because you're investing in stocks and the average return for a stock is 8% for or your stock market portfolio is like 8%. But you have individuals who are making thousands of percent on cryptocurrency. So it kind of makes sense, why there's this big, mania for cryptocurrency. I mean, I've seen friends turn $100 into $10,000. I've seen people turn, $20,000 into $300,000. And of course, there was a video I covered on my channel of a female YouTuber who turned $64,000 into 2 million Dogecoin. And then you also have the guy on YouTube, the Dogecoin father, I think he is, where he was the guy who YOLO'd his whole savings of 180 something thousand and turned it into almost $3 million dollars, right? Investing in Dogecoin. So you have like a lot of these success stories, and it's just because there's this hype with cryptocurrency right now, right? And so one of the things I want to, kind of put out there is that when you come to invest in these tokens, you really have to, obviously, I don't recommend investing your life savings, by the way, because a lot of these tokens that are being minted, they eventually do come down, but there is a massive profit that can be made. And the best way to kind of look for, again, this is not investment advice, but the best way to make a ton of money is by getting into these coins before they list on all the exchanges, right? So for example, Shiba Inu coin at the time of this video is not listed on Coinbase. Something that I noticed as a trend is that when you have a token that's listed on another crypto exchange, like let's say Binance or BlockFi, but not listed on another crypto exchange, there's a big opportunity on making big money there, right? You could purchase it, let's say on BlockFi, or maybe using Pancake Swap Exchange, or just, various ways of, there's various ways of getting these coins before they're actually on Coinbase, right? And so once you get these coins on a different exchange before they list on Coinbase, they typically run up massively on Coinbase. Now, again, this is not investment advice. I don't recommend you guys to just buy any coin simply because it's not on Coinbase and wait for it to be listed on Coinbase. It's just a pattern that I noticed. Now, again, as someone who on this channel, by the way, if you guys are unfamiliar, I primarily trade stocks and options. The whole idea of making a profit with stocks and options is looking for patterns, right? Doing technical analysis. So, I'm someone who's able to identify patterns. And one of the patterns I noticed for cryptocurrencies is that the earlier you get in before they're listed on all these other exchanges, the more potential you have to make for a lot more money. And you have to think about it, right? It just makes sense. If you're able to get access to these coins earlier before they list on these crypto exchanges, guess what? You're going to make money because once they list on these crypto exchanges, you have a ton of other people just ready to buy this coin up now that it's available for them to purchase, and the price just runs up. It's honestly insane, which is why a lot of individuals are kind of tuning away from the stock market and, kind of going to this crypto currency, like, euphoria going on right over here. Now, I want to caution you, right? For a lot of these tokens and not coins, I'm talking about tokens, especially, ones that are inflationary, I don't think they're going to forever run up. So these are, and I'm probably going to have someone maybe dislike this video, but trust me, if you watch this video and you understand what I'm saying, you will be able to identify what I'm saying and take a profit, right? So I'm not saying you can't make money on Shiba Inu. Definitely not saying that. Definitely not saying that, by the way. I'm not saying you can't make money on all of these other tokens. What I'm saying is that these are not things that you're going to want to diamond hand and hold for 10 years, right? As I mentioned earlier, with deflationary coins and inflationary coins, deflationary coins, they tend to go up simply because there's a limited amount, right? And so when people hoard these assets, it's just going to go up in price when, there's more minted versus can't even say the word, versus inflationary coins where they're constantly being printed or minted. It kind of doesn't make sense, but they have potential for being a useful cryptocurrency, like actually being used for currency. So can you make money on these? Definitely. But should you hold these and diamond hand these? No. I think the best opportunity for a lot of individuals out there is getting into these coins a little earlier before they get listed on major exchanges, and then taking that profit, using that profit to buy real estate, and then or using that profit to invest in the stock market. For example, if you're someone who has already made over 100,000 on cryptocurrency, or even 10,000 or whatever it is, believe me, you're gonna want to take that money out. If it's not like, if it's just one of these hype coins that are just coming out, like one of these inflationary tokens or coins, you're gonna want to take that money out and invest it in another asset like real estate or stocks. You're gonna thank yourself, and if you haven't done so already, if you're not thinking about doing that, try doing that, and you're gonna thank me in like 10 years. Trust me, right? But let's go ahead and talk about a few more things. So if you're familiar with my channel, then you know that I'm someone who trades based off technical analysis, right? When it comes to the stock market, trading, and both investing, I like to look at the fundamentals of the company, but I also like to trade off the technicals of the charts, right? So just like how I treat, the stock market, I treat crypto just as well, or just as the same, right? So I like to look at the foundation of the coin. What problem is it solving? What type of coin it is or token? What is the whole ordeal with what this is? But I also like to look at the charts. So right here we have the charts for Shiba Inu token, right? So if we could see, we have this downtrend, right? This massive downtrend. Terrible, right? Why would you want to buy a downtrend? Well, you don't, right? But you would like to buy it when it bounces from the bottom of the downtrend. So let's go ahead and talk about a few things. So I have this trend line going down, obviously a downtrend, but notice how, what if we break above this area over here, which we kind of did, but we kind of bounced back. If we break above this area and actually hold above this area, breaking over, then that's confirmation that is going into an uptrend, right? So again, you want to buy at the bottom and sell at the top. It's just simple, right? But also I want to identify if I could just draw a horizontal line, something of a support around this area. So let me just go ahead and if I could just also move that slightly over here, we could see that clearly over here it's a support, it bounced up. Over here it was a support, it bounced up. So imagine if you were an individual who you bought at the support over here and it rose up and you sold. How much money would you have made, right? Obviously you have to look at the percent gainage of that, which if we look into that, that looks like it was almost a 47% gain, which is incredible, right? Now this is what we're gearing up for right now. We're touching this support, and we're also breaking above this trend line. So if you buy in after the confirmation, there's a huge potential that you can make a big chunk of money. So I just wanted to provide my technical analysis just because that's what I like to look into, of course, along with the foundation of the coin. But I just wanted to show that. But anyways, guys, hope you guys liked this video. I know it was a little long. If you made it to this end or this part of the video, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm just trying to do some research on how far you guys actually watched the video. But it was definitely worth it, because I knew I didn't want to just give this information out in the beginning, because there was a lot to cover. So hopefully you guys watched this video to the end. With that being said, guys, my name is Justin from Push and Profit, and I'll see you on the next video.